If you've been on the internet for the last couple of days, you've probably heard about the bus at the Democratic National Convention that is offering reproductive health care. We all know what that really means. What you might not have heard was that there's an interesting update to this story that not a lot of people are talking about so far, and that is that pro-life organizations have actually come and brought their own buses to offer actual reproductive services and tangible actual supplies for pregnant women, such as diapers, that they need and may not be able to afford at the moment. In this video, we're going to cover all of this and much more, but before we do, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member by clicking the link in the description. It's really appreciated. So to catch you up to speed, in case you don't know, there is an actual bus at the DNC that is offering baby deletion services, and basically what they're doing is prescribing medication to women that induces a fake miscarriage, basically. 25 women have received these services at the DNC so far. That was in the first 2 days. We're now on day 3 as of recording this, so it's probably going to be more. Planned Parenthood said that this bus, appointments at this bus were booked out. Like they had no more room available for new appointments. So lots and lots of women are going to be receiving these services, which means lots and lots of babies are not going to see their first day of life, which is horrific and terrible. And it's a situation where maybe you feel helpless because what do we do? I'm halfway across the country. There's nothing I can do to even get there and physically stop this from happening. But what we can do is pray the rosary. I think that's what we all should do, is pray the rosary for hopefully the conversion of the doctors who are doing this and of the women who are receiving these services who have been lied to and deceived into doing this, and also for the souls of the babies who are affected by this. It's really tough to think about, especially as somebody who was almost deleted in the womb, as doctors said that there would likely be too many complications, and so my mother should just get a deletion. Thank God she did not do that. She decided to ignore the doctors and everything turned out to be fine, so praise God. So let's just look at some of the stuff that's going on the ground. Twitter is a great resource for this, or now it's called X. Because people are just sharing what's going on as they're there. So we have this tweet from Savannah Hernandez, and she says, DNC day 2, I'm currently outside of the Planned Parenthood mobile health clinic that patients are actively walking in and out of. So far, I've watched 1 male patient and 3 female patients enter the truck. Patients pre-registered to receive baby deletion pills or vasectomies with Planned Parenthood filling up every appointment slot. I tried to interview a patient as she left, but I was quickly stopped by the Planned Parenthood staffers. And then we have this tweet from lifenews.com, and they say Planned Parenthood has deleted 25 babies in free baby deletions so far at the Democratic National Convention. There were 25 little boys and girls whose lives were made in God's image. Our hearts break for them, indeed. And then interestingly, we have this tweet by Bill Mitchell. By the way, I have no idea who any of these people are. I know Life News, but these other people, I don't know who they are. So if they're like some crazy people, I don't know that, okay? I'm not endorsing everything they've ever done. Just relax. We have Bill Mitchell here, who I've never heard of, and he rightly points out that Joe Biden made a mistake or an intentional deception in his speech when he says that the pew-pews are the number 1 cause of deletions for children in the United States. Actually, the number 1 cause of death in the United States is baby deletions at 1,026,700 in 2023, whereas pew-pew deaths were at 1,300 for children. So it's not even close. This is the number 1 cause of deletions for children, and there's no question about it. Now, like I said, it's hard to know what to do in cases like this because some of us are not in Chicago. Some of us don't have the resources to pour into helping these people or helping stop what is going on over there. But some organizations who do have the resources and the boots on the ground did step up and take some action. So if we have from Live Action, they say, pro-life groups counter Planned Parenthood's bus with life-affirming support near DNC. And this article says, quote, pro-lifers traveled to the Democratic National Convention in Chicago this week to counter Planned Parenthood's free baby deletion and vasectomy mobile facility and offer life-affirming support and choices to women. Then they say that upon hearing the news that Planned Parenthood was going to be there offering these horrible services, if you want to call them that, several pro-life groups jumped into action. They say on Tuesday, the pro-life diaper company Every Life announced it would provide a lifetime supply of free diapers to pregnant mothers. Then they have this tweet from Every Life. It says, quote, Every Life is honored to provide a tangible resource to help these moms in need choose life. knowing that diapers can be the difference between life and death for a baby. That's very true. Diapers are expensive and you go through a lot of them. And for a mother who is worried about economic turmoil, having to spend that much money on something like diapers can be what makes them decide, oh, I can't afford this. I'm going to go ahead and do this horrible thing. So by offering a lifetime supply of diapers for free, that can be the thing that saves a child's life. They go on to say, Every Life co-founder and president Sarah Gable Seifert explains, quote, while Planned Parenthood mocks and contributes to the devaluing of the family unit and demise of our nation, Every Life will continue to champion life and parenthood. We are honored to provide tangible resources to moms to help moms in need choose life, knowing that diapers can be the difference between life and death for a baby. And it doesn't end there. There's another truck that was brought by an organization called Thrive Nation, and they're offering free ultrasound services. And outside of that truck offering free ultrasound services, there's another organization called Sidewalk Advocates for Life, and they're out there giving out gift bags and helping support women who are pregnant and in need. And they also give a bit of a report from on the ground, and they posted on Facebook saying, quote, here are our big takeaways from outside the DNC yesterday, info you might not hear elsewhere. 1. This was not the big hype Planned Parenthood was hoping it would be. Our team's countless conversations with workers, passersby, and convention attendees confirmed this. No one cared or even wanted Planned Parenthood there. They saw past the smoke and mirrors for the circus it was. 2. Don't believe the press that will be coming out this week about how successful this event was. Very few clients showed up at the bus at all yesterday. The people you see in the photos or videos are not actual clients. Interesting. I didn't know that. 3, the few clients that did show up were not loved, were not taken care of. The Planned Parenthood staff was concerned about their press and highlighting their staged performance rather than the health of their clients. No surprise here. We reached out as best as we could, but the fencing and guards made it very difficult. Please pray for the women and the hurt they will be carrying with them. And finally, 4, our day was fruitful in ways we will never be able to quantify. We had dozens of conversations with workers, attendees, and passersby where we handed out gift bags and literature and had genuine conversations about life and family and even motorcycling and pizza, and prayed with individuals over requests they brought to us. What's really amazing is how many pro-life organizations actually came out. We had Every Life, the diaper company. We had Sidewalk Advocates for Life, Thrive Nation, probably some others I'm forgetting. And then there's also another organization that was there, Americans United for Life. They were present and they announced on Tuesday, quote, Americans United for Life is going to be on the ground today with our partners, offering compassionate and alternative choices for the women of Chicago. And there's more pro-life organizations there. There was Democrats for Life. They raised nearly $5,000 to provide to local Chicago community and immigrants for free diapers. So there were 5 pro-life organizations present to counter the one pro-baby deletion organization that was there providing their quote-unquote services. And I just love stuff like this because you hear about this terrible situation that's going on and it just seems like, wow, this is just going to happen and no one's going to do anything to stop it. And then you hear there's actually a groundswell of pro-life organizations that are showing up to counter this and provide actual, real, helpful services to these women. And that is something that is actually loving for women. The loving thing if a woman comes to you and says, I'm pregnant, I don't have any resources, I don't know what to do. The loving thing isn't to say, well, we'll just delete the baby, don't worry about it, and then you go back on your way. The loving thing to do is to support both the mother and the child by providing things to them like diapers and other resources like a free ultrasound. That is actually the loving thing to do, to come alongside these women and help them through this difficult situation that they're in and help them to see that even though this is a very difficult situation, what they're carrying in their womb is beautiful. And it actually is a human life. You ask any biologist, you go to any biology textbook, I'll ask ChatGPT right now. So ChatGPT says, the question of when human life begins is complex and involves different perspectives, including scientific, philosophical, ethical, and religious viewpoints. Interesting. But it does say, biologically, many scientists consider the beginning of human life to occur at fertilization, when a cell from the father merges with the egg cell from the mother to form a zygote. The zygote is a single cell with a unique set of DNA, marking the start of a new organism's development. The zygote begins to divide and develop into an embryo. That is describing conception, and that is how many scientists that is when many scientists believe that life begins. In fact, according to a 2018 survey at the University of Chicago, which asked 5,500 biologists worldwide, approximately 95% of the biologists surveyed agreed with the statement that a human's life begins at fertilization, which is conception. And if you were to ask ChatGPT, for example, when does the life of a dog begin? It's very clear when it says the life of a dog from a biological perspective begins at fertilization. Wow, what a shocker. So when you ask any source, Google, ChatGPT, whatever you want to go to, when does the life of a dog begin, or insert X animal that's not a human, they're going to tell you it begins at conception, begins at fertilization. However, when you ask about when does the life of a human begin, they get very, it kind of depends on how you're feeling that day. It's very subjective. You don't know. It's a complicated topic. Not something that I, as an artificial intelligence supercomputer, can answer. It's up to you, whatever you're feeling. So good on the people who are on the ground providing these actual services to pregnant women who are in need. They are doing the actual loving thing in providing tangible goods to these women that they might not otherwise be able to afford. And they're also affirming a very basic biological fact, which is that human life starts at conception. Thank you so much for watching this video up to this point. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member by clicking the link in the description. Members do get early access to these videos, as well as exclusive access to live streams and posts. So if that sounds interesting to you, or like something you want to support, then do check out becoming a member in the description. I really appreciate you doing that, and I really appreciate all the members who are watching here. So hello members, thank you so much for being here. And with all of that said, thank you again, and until I see you next time, God bless.